So there's my old flex plate that I chipped some teeth on because I was trying to turn the engine over while it was on the engine stand, and it was hitting one of the mounting bolts. They're not severely damaged, but with all this work I'm putting a new one on. So first thing is to compare it, and it looks identical. And determine which way it goes on. I left these bolts in so that I could tell this little raised hump here goes toward the transmission. So I will take this over there, put some thread locker on the bolts, and get her installed. So I've staged all my bolts with thread locker on them. You notice there's an extra hole in here. There's also an extra hole in the crankshaft where this bolts to. So I'm going to line those up. Of course, no instructions come with this, but it just seems to make sense that if there's a hole in both things, they ought to be lined up. And old age is getting to me. Trouble lifting these heavy work shoes over the chassis now. At least I have a transmission cross member I can sit on. So I'll line those holes up. Line the bolt up. Another bolt up. Now the rest ought to line up pretty easily now. I only had 6 minutes on my camera when I started this, so I'm trying to finish it within 6 minutes. Now, there's going to be some bolts that need to go through this into the torque converter to attach. Basically, that's what attaches the engine to the transmission, the drive lines. So we'll get those on from the bottom once we get the transmission in. And again, there's no torque specs for a flex plate, which is what this part is called. There are torque specs for a flywheel, but that's for a manual transmission. So I'm just going to put this on too, and with the thread locker, I think we'll be good. Anything that has circular bolts in here, I try to do a crisscross pattern. And then go over twice. And the flex plate is installed. So I'm going to call it a wrap for today. And the engine and flex plate will be one video. You'll hear that at the end of the video. So, some real progress now. Anyways, I guess the key takeaways is when you're installing the engine, you got to go slow. Get those things lined up without dropping the engine in. You know, like I said, the release on the hoist tend to be, if you tighten them too tight, they release suddenly and it drops fast. So you got to just tighten it just enough to hold it, and then when you release it, it'll release easy and you can control it, as you saw during my install here. So that's some progress. Thanks for watching. We'll be back probably within a week or so with some more videos on transmission install probably.